Hello friends, welcome to video lecture on kinematics of machinery. In the today's session, we'll continue with the problems on instantaneous center method for velocity analysis. So let us start the next problem on the same topic. Locate all the instantaneous centers of the slider crank mechanism as shown in figure. The lengths of crank OB and connecting rod AB are 100 mm and 400 mm respectively. If the crank rotates clockwise with an angular velocity of 10 radian per second, find first point velocity of slider A and angular velocity of the connecting rod AB. Okay. So in this way, problem is given. First of all, write out the given data. So in this case, angular velocity, here the crank rotate clockwise with an angular velocity of 10 radian per second. Okay, this information is given, means you can just say here given omega OB. Now omega OB with us 10 radian per second. Okay, in this way information with us. So apart from this one, length for the various links given. Length for this link OB with us, then AB with us. Okay, so here length for link OB is nothing but 100 mm. Then length for the next one AB is given 400 mm. Okay, so at the same time you can just convert this into meter by multiplying 10 raised to minus 3. Okay, similarly for this case 400 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 3, that will convert it into meter. Now what's about the next one? Here in this case linear velocity of this one we can easily get for the same. So we just write in this way, velocity at point B, that is VB equals to, if you just see the name given for this one as OB, as O is the fixed one, we can just simply write VB, or end point of this one is B, so we can write this in this way, VBO equals to, what's about the radius of the rotation for the same, PO multiplied by its angular velocity, omega BO, in this way. So what's about the length for this BO? BO with us 100 mm, already I converted that into meter by multiplying 10 raised to minus 3. Okay, multiply by angular velocity of this one BO or OB is the same, just multiply by 10. So we can get the VB in this way, 1 meter per second. After doing calculation, we can get the VB equals to 1 meter per second. Now just follow the steps. Once this step is completed, once this actually given data and the first point, this point is what? Now move towards the steps. Okay, so what's about the first step? You have to just do the calculation of here number of instantaneous center. The instantaneous center can be calculated. First of all, we have to just do the calculation for the number of instantaneous centers. The number of instantaneous centers can be calculated as n equals to n into n minus 1 divided by 2. So here in this case, first of all count the number of links. Here for the fixed link, just consider as link number 1. For link number 2, just consider the link number 2 is here, so give the number 2 for this one. Apart from this one, link number 3 with us. Next one, link number 4 is nothing but here slider. Okay, again if you just see the slider slides inside of that cylinder given. Okay, cylinder and this one link number 1, these are nothing but the fix or the frame of the given machine. Okay, so again give the number 1 for the same. Now here in this case the 4 links with us, since small n equals to 4, do the calculation. So n equals to, n means here small n means 4, 4 into 4 minus 1 divided by 2, do the calculation, we can get the 6. So once we get the number of instantaneous center, the next task just prepare the table. So table will give us information regarding the name of that particular instance center. Okay, so prepare the table. So in this way, prepare the table. Okay, so name for this one is given as bookkeeping table. That will gives us a record of all the instance centers. Okay, so link number 1. So total number of links with us 4. That's why here the 4 columns prepared in front of you, 1 2 3 4 in this way. Now with respect to link number 1, just write here I later. Okay, so give the suffix 1 as it is, because the number 1 for this link with us, and just see the next number with us 2. Okay, next one I1, next to this 2 3 number with us, so I1 3, next to 3 this next to this 3 number 4 number with us, so I1 4. Okay, this one come in this way. Now next one number 2 with us, next to this number 2 3 will come, next to this 3 4 will come. Apart from this one 4, no any number available with us next to this 4, so give here dash. Next one 3 suffix. Okay, because the number 3 is here, and give the next number here 4, no any number available here next to that 4 number. Okay, so give your dash. Count the number of instance center, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So total number of instance center with us 6. So as per formula, the 6th number of the instance center with us, okay, that will tally here. Okay, so what's about the next one? In the next step, redraw the diagram. So redraw this diagram with some suitable scale. Okay, now for that, to decide the some suitable scale, now see the length for the shortest link and the larger one. Okay, largest one. Here the 400 mm length for this one given. Apart from this one, this something distance available with us. Okay, means for this 100 mm take some suitable scale. If I take the scale for this one, 100 mm equals to 20 or 20 mm. Okay, easily we can just draw that diagram on the given paper. I'll draw the diagram here. So in this way, first of all, draw the reference line. Okay, then see the length for this one is given 100 mm. So for that, we have use here scale as 100 mm equals to 20 mm. I'll just write here 100 mm equals to 20 mm. Okay, this is the scale used by us. Okay, so clearly mention here scale. Now once for this one 100 mm equals to 20 mm we have considered. With respect to that 20 mm, just decide the scale for this one also. So if the for this 100 mm equals to 20 mm, what's about the scale for this 400 mm? Automatically you can get the 80 mm for the same. So once we get the 80 mm, now take this distance in compass, sorry, this one, with the help of this compass. Draw one line at a distance of 80 mm. So in this way, that 80 mm distance you have to take in compass and just mark it here in this way. So this is the 80 mm distance with us, 80 mm as per our scale. Okay, so actual this one is nothing but the 400 mm. So as per scale we have taken for the 100 mm equals to 20 mm, we get the length for this one as 80 mm. Okay, so join this. Join this in this way. So this completes your actual diagram. Okay, show here the slider also. Now once the redrawing of this diagram is over, now just focus on the table carefully. So table gives us information regarding the names of the instance center. So start locating that instance centers with the help of different steps given. So number 3, in that number 3 step, you have to just locate the fixed and permanent instance center. Okay, so here just mention locate the fixed and permanent permanent instance center, centers by inspection or observation of the given diagram. So inspection, with the help of that inspection, we can just locate the instance center. So in this case, if you just say we have given the number 1 for the fixed link, so here is the fixed link. Give the number 1 for this one. Link, for the link number 2, give the number 2. Okay, link number 3 is here. Give the link number this one number 3. Link number 4 is here. Give the number 4 for this one. Again, if you just see here the fixed link with us, give the same number for the fixed link. Now just focus on this table. Okay, so I12 point is here, I13 is here, I14 is here. Start in the sequence I12. So what's about this one number is given for this link and 2 number is given for this link. So instance center of such case will occurs here. So give the number for this one or give the name for this instance center as I12. So once this I12 is what, next one 2 link connected with the 3. Number 2 link is connected with the number 3. So give the name for this one as I23. So this indicates the I23. Number 3 is connected with the number 4. So give the I34. I34 name is given for this one. So as per our previous discussion regarding the instance center of slider, when that slide on the any straight line, okay, so instance center of that lies at infinity. So you have to just show that I14 at infinity. Okay, so pass one line perpendicular to here the path given, whatever the path given for that path, just draw one perpendicular line in this way. So this indicate I14 at infinity. Okay, so at the same time, now just see the various point located by us. I12 is what, just make the circle for this I12. Next one 2 3 we are located, circle this point also. Then I34 we are located, just circle that point. Then I14 we are located, circle that point. Okay, now next task is to locate this I13 point and I24 point. For that just say you have to use the Kennedy's theorem. Okay, now locate the neither fixed nor permanent instantaneous centers by Kennedy's theorem. Kennedy's theorem. This is done by circle diagram. This is done by circle diagram. For that, draw one circle. It is not necessary to take any radius for that. Purpose is to only get the information regarding the neither fixed nor permanent instance center by using that circle. For that, just draw one circle here. Once this circle completed, okay, then number of links with us, how many number of links with us? 1 2 3 4. So mark the 4 points at equidistance in circle like this one. So give the number for this one, link number 1, or number 1 is here, number 2 is here, number 3 is here, number 4 is here. As this point already we are located, okay, so 1 2 point already with us, just join that 1 2 point by dark line. Now next one 2 3 point already we are located, join that 2 and 3 point by dark line. Then Next one, 3 4 point already that with us, joined by direct line. Then 1 4 point already with us, just draw by direct line in this way. Now my next task is to locate this one I13 and 2 4. Okay, this is nothing but the neither fixed nor permanent instant center, because that not lies on the any part of this one. Don't confuse with this I14, because here the slider given, the moment of this slider is always actually parallel on this one, path given. That's why the instant center of this one goes up to infinity. Okay, so here my first task is to locate this I13. For that, join this I13 in this way. Now this line is responsible to divide this area into two triangles. Okay, now take the reference of this side, this side, this side, this side. So what's about the I13? So I13 is the intersection of I13 is the intersection of which one? I12 from the upper sides of the triangle, I12 2 3, and from the bottom one I14 3 4. Okay, so this is about the point I13. Now just pick up the same actually guideline, I12 2 3. Just find out the where that I12 2 3 with us, I12 2 3, I12 2 3. So I12 is here, 2 3 is here. Next one I14 and 3 4. This line indicates the I14 and 3 4 point is here. Okay, now if I extend this line in this way, the line will meet on the vertical line, that is at this point. Okay, so intersection of this line and intersection of both of these points 1 4 and 3 4 will occur here. So this point is nothing but the I13 point. So once I13 point is located, next task, locate the 2 4. Okay, just tick mark here. So 2 4, my next task is to locate the 2 4. Concentrate on this 2 4. Okay, and write it here. 2 4 is the intersection of I12 1 4, next one 2 3 2 3 3 4. So once this point, once we get the guideline of the same, come back towards this diagram and find out where that I12 is. I12 is here. Next one 1 4. So this line indicates 1 4. So one more important thing here, where we found the fixed link. Here is the fixed link. If any slider term is available in the given problem, then whatever the fixed points available with us, from that fixed point, show the parallel line to that the motion or whatever the line shown here. Draw one parallel line to a previous one in this way and give the same length, that is I14. So here also you have to give the I14 at infinity. Okay, now in this case I12 1 4, this point indicate the I12 and this line indicate the I14. Then 2 3 3 4, 2 3 is here, 3 4 is here. If I extend this line, okay, so intersection of this one and this one occurs at this spot. So this is nothing but the last one 2 4 point. So this indicates the 2 4 point. Okay, so 2 4 is here. So once we get that 2 4 point, our task is very easy after this. Now the location of all the points is over. Now here my aim is to get the information regarding the first point, velocity of the slider A. My aim is to calculate this one, velocity of the slider A, and second point, angular velocity of the connecting rod AB. For that velocity of the slider A, just focus on the available data with us. Okay, for that if I consider the relation in this way, here to get velocity of slider A, we know. Now focus on the here is the A, or here is the slider available with us. Okay, slider is here. The tendency of this slider to slide on this guide available with us. Okay, so for this one we can take the reference, start our reference from the first point. So what's about this one? This is nothing but O point with us here, the B point with us, and here is the A point with us. Okay, so already we get the relation for this one VB. If I consider the B point on this one OB, already that relation with relation with us. Okay, here VB equals to VBO equals to BO multiplied by this angular velocity of the same link. So what's about this one? This is nothing but the next link. Okay, so here the B is common in between link AB and BO. Okay, so what's about the again another relation for that BO? If I write this now, we can write this in this way. We know B is also lies on link AB, lies on link AB. Now with respect to that B, can write in this way. If I consider this B lies on this one, so what's about the relation here? You can get the BB equals to, so what's about the distance of the rotation of this point with respect to this point? Okay, you can get the I13B multiplied by angular velocity of this link with us. This link is nothing but here AB, so angular velocity of the same with us omega BA. Now if I consider the end point of this one, we have considered the first point of the link here, and end point of this one available here, so you can write the relation for this end point. So VA is nothing but, again you have to consider the moment of this one with respect to this point. So what's about this one? I13A, this is nothing but the distance. Basic formula, this is the basic relation between the linear velocity and angular velocity. Okay, so how this formula is written here, why this formula is written in this way? If you just say, if I consider that B point here, the B point lies on this one OB, so we can take the actual length of that link. So BO indicate the actual length of the link. So here 100 multiplied by this one, this one already given in the problem. So we can get the VB information. Now if you just say the B lies on the AB link also, at the same time B lies on this link also. Okay, so with respect to this one, I'll just continue. If the B lies on this one, means the B carries the two motions. If I initially consider that B lies on this one, the B possesses only rotational motion. If I consider the B lies on the next link, then B possesses the linear motion. Okay, so this is the combination of two motion. That's why you have to consider the distance of the radius of rotation with respect to this imaginary point, that is the incident center. I13 is here, about which that tendency of that point to rotate about this point. So you need to consider this distance I13 B multiplied by omega, this one omega AB or omega BA. At the same time, what's about the VA? VA is nothing but I13A, this is the distance with us. Okay, multiplied by angular velocity of the same link. Okay, now if you just focus on the equation number 1 and equation number 2, I'll write this relation in this way: VBA divided by omega BA equals to, instead of writing omega BA, I'll write this in this way: VBA divided by I13B equals to VA divided by I13A equals to omega BA. Okay, now in this case we know the value for VB already with us. Now I can get the 13B and 13A. Now measure this distances directly from this diagram. So I13B, you have to measure that with the help of scale. I13B is here. So in this case, measure this length 13B. Okay, so we require this 13B here. So what's about this 13B? Almost this one 110 mm with us. Okay, so I'll write that 110. So as per scale, at 110. So what's about our scale? So scale we are assume here as for that 100 and sorry, for the this one 100 mm equals to 20 mm we have assumed. Okay, so here the just do some rough calculations here. So for this 13B, as per this diagram, so 1110 we can get mm. So I'll just do some rough calculations here. So what's about the scale as per true scale for 100 mm 20 mm? So what's about for this 110 mm? What's about the actual length? So by cross multiplication, in this way you can do the cross multiplication. So we can get that length in this way 550 in this way. Already the value for VB with us. Okay, VB 1 meter with us. Just substitute here 1 meter per second divided by 550. Convert this also into meter by multiplying 10 raised to minus 3. And then VA we don't know. We have to do calculation for that VA. So I13A. Again measure the I13A. So we can measure that I13A from the diagram. So if you look towards this one, 90 mm, up to here we can get the 90 mm. Okay, so as per scale, if you do the calculation for 100 mm equals to 20 mm, so what's about the length for this 90 mm? Okay, so here 1110 we are considered for this length. So here we can get the 90 mm. According to that, what's about the length for that? I'll just mention here. These are nothing but the rough calculations. For the 100 mm we have considered the 20 mm scale on the our diagram. Okay, so what's about the length of on our diagram? What's about actual length if the 90 mm distance comes on the diagram? So if you do the calculation, we can get that value as 450 mm. Okay, so here for that you need to do cross multiplication. Okay, so 100 multiplied by 90 divided by 20, we can get the, by cross multiplication we can get the 450. Okay, so 450, just mention here, do the calculations, we can get the VA equals to, do the calculation, check the value for the VA, 1 divided by 550 into 10 raised to minus 3 multiply by 450 multiply by 10 raised to minus 3. Okay, so if you do the calculations, we can get the value for the same. .8, here we can get the VA, therefore VA equals to 0.818 meter per second, or VA equals to 0.82 meter per second. This is the answer for VA. So once you get the value for the VA, as per limitations of space, I'll continue that next step here. Please continue your step after this. So what's about the next one? Our next target is to get the angular velocity of the connecting rod AB. So here clearly given in the problem, angular velocity of the connecting rod AB. For that already we have written here the relation. So what's about that relation? In the previous step, if you just see here, BB equals to I13B multiplied by omega AB. If you look towards this relation, here the angular velocity of the connecting rod, that is BA, this one BA remains constant, that will not changes. Okay, means here we can pick up this relation number 3 and substitute the value of BA and I13B. You can easily get the value for omega AB. So here I can get the omega AB or BA in this way, BB by I13B. So BB with us 1 meter per second divided by I13B. So already that distance with us I13B. So here that distance we have calculated 55 0 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 3. Substitute this here. 0 into 10 raised to minus 3. So do the calculation, check the answer for the same. So you can get this in this way. 1 divided by 550 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 3. Okay. So after doing calculation, we get the value for this one as 1.81 radian per second. Maybe there are slight change in the answer values, but as far as concerned with our step, all these things are correct. Radian per second. This is the answer for the second point. I hope this problem cleared you. Thank you.